We are live.
Hey.
We are live.
We just give a couple minutes for people
I
to get
feel
on.
like singing. I will sing the whole show.
We are
No.
passionate. We are passionate for
Hey,
you.
Periscope.
Hey, YouTube, Facebook Live. I'm still, I'm
Live,
still
man.
trying to get all this stuff down. My wife is the person behind the scenes of behind the deal. I'm more of I just get it done.
Come on in.
I just get the stuff done, so I'm not worried about Facebooking and Snapchatting and Twitter fingers.
Right.
I'm not.
Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
Twitter fingers.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about all that. I just
Hilarious.
go get the stuff done. But God has put it on my heart to educate and teach other people. Because one of the reasons why I want to do this, and we're gonna give people a couple of minutes to get on. What time are we?
Yes.
Okay, we got 2 minutes.
Thank you guys for joining. What's your YouTube channel again? I can't find it. Good Steward Real Estate. Good Steward Real Estate.
Good Steward Real Estate.
Good Steward Real Estate.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
All right. We see you have everybody on. Yes.
Come on in. Come on in.
We hope that you get some valuable content out of this. That
yes.
You actually learn something. Time is very valuable. We don't want to waste your time, and we don't want to waste our time. So
you're welcome.
If you have our information, hey, give us a rate. Hey, Quincy, could we talk about this? This is how we would like to go. As we do this more and more, this is how we would like for it to go.
Hey.
The questions that you have, or if you may be going through something during the week, because I'm hoping that we're all getting started. So the things that you're going through throughout the week, write them down and email them to us. We will answer them on Sunday when we going live. Mm-hmm. We will already have them, or if you have a question now, we will answer them. Mm-hmm. So, but while we're doing this kind of test and try error, we're just trying to make sure we get all the kinks and the bugs out.
Hey, Taylor.
So
thanks for joining.
What time is it? We're gonna give everybody like one more minute, and then we're gonna
give
everybody one more minute to get in. And we're doing this for you.
Yes.
We're not selling anything right now.
No.
We're not selling anything. We're
No
not asking for
courses
anything. No courses, anything like that. We just want to make sure that.
And we're looking over here too.
Right.
Just so you guys know, because we have multiple streams of social media going on right now.
Right.
So
we're
looking off.
We're
on Facebook. We're on Periscope. And,
so where are we on Facebook Live?
Facebook Live, First Lady of Real Estate, Tabitha Caver on Facebook Live, and on Periscope we are on Good Steward. That's Quincy Caver. You are on my husband's platform if you guys are on Good Steward.
Right.
So Good Steward on Periscope and First Lady of Real Estate, Tabitha Caver on Facebook Live. Add us as a friend. Share, like. We totally appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for, just sharing your Sunday evening with us.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate that.
We don't take that lightly. And we're here for you. So the more people that you tell about this, the more that, we can be doing this, because we're taking our time for you. We got you in mind. My wife is like, hey, let's start Behind the Deal series. And so I said, you know what? Let's do it, because me and my wife, we have this talk.
Let's just do it.
And the team of people we have this talk. And what I hear across the board, well, no one is giving out the information. No one's giving out the information. And I'm going to tell you something I went through this week, because we're going to, as we go through, I'm going to give you a personal testimony what I've been through this week in real estate. So we're going to get started now. I think we have.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, how you doing, Matt? What's going on?
Matt Crane in the house. Wow.
Miss Ewing, what's going on?
Matt, man, I miss you. I'm not even going to lie.
Okay.
I miss you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, again,
hey, LaQuisha.
We want to get started. We thank you for taking out your Sunday afternoon. And we promise you that our daughter's not up. They're not up. Well, they are up, but we're in the basement.
They may be up. We don't know. But if you see them, that's us. That's the Cavers. You never know.
Yeah, we're in the basement right now.
Thank you so much, man.
So
thank you.
If they're causing chaos and turmoil, we're gonna
You'll
really
hear muffled.
You're gonna really see Behind the Deal next week. My name is Quincy Caver. I should give my whole name. Okay, my name is Quincy Caver. My wife is
Tabitha Caver.
And we have a company called Good Steward Investments, where we don't only invest in real estate, we also invest in You. So
You got it right.
I got it right.
Wow.
Right.
We don't just invest in real estate. We invest in you. We are
Right.
passionate about building you up, building your business, building your family and your community. That's what we can do through real estate.
Okay. So, yeah, I was trying to tell my wife stop. Excuse us.
Can
We
you
having
hear that?
technical difficulties over here.
No, his phone dropped, y'all.
Yeah, because you making shit.
Oh.
That's what I was saying. Okay, so all right, so
Blame it on me.
So yeah, so we got a company called Good Steward Investments where we've been investing in real estate for the last 10 years, and we've been really just kind of doing the buy and hold strategy. And I really didn't have a mentor or anything like that, so we were just going through the bumps, the bruises, the ups and downs, and everything that came with real estate. And there's so many times I wanted to give up, and my wife and God, kept me in the business. And I said, you know what? I was getting all this information. And all this stuff that I didn't see, I didn't see that these not all the gurus, but some of the people that was getting into real estate and they was pitching these products and programs that it wasn't really deceiving, but it was enough just to sell you on.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what, I want to get on a platform where I'm able to help people that's getting started in real estate, whether it's investing or first time home buyers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
first, I want to share with you guys all of our contact information, just really, really, really quick. Our website is GSteward. Hey, Cliff, thanks for joining. GStewardInvest.com. That is our website, GStewardInvest.com. We have our vacancies on there. We have information on there, rental properties that are available and all of that type of thing. Email, like my husband said in the beginning, if you guys have any question, hey, Kathy, if you guys have any questions, you can reach us by email or phone. Email address is gstewardinvest@gmail.com, gstewardinvest@gmail.com, and our phone number is 770-742-9093. We answer it, we text with it. That line is directly to us. It's not a 1-800 number.
mm-hmm.
We answer the phone, we answer your text right back. So if you call it right now, we're actually on the phone with you guys.
Yeah, you may want to text.
Just text it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't have a problem with
we'll
calling.
check it and then we will answer it if you guys have one. But
I don't have a problem with calling, but texting because can't get your
live.
call.
Since we're live right now, but feel free to text. That's what we're saying. Feel free to text us. We may check it and then we'll write it down and everything like that, and we'll answer either tonight or through email or however.
And if you text us, you can text us 24 hours, 7 days a week. If you text, you can't call me at 3:00 in the morning, but you can text me. And if it's something that's urgent, it can't wait till next Sunday, we'll address it then. If as far as the urgency of it. So that's kind of why we're doing this. We're not here to sell you. We're here to educate and produce and multiply people doing good business. And so you would know what you're doing, or just having something else to add to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got that part. You know us.
Introductions.
You know us. Why we're doing this, because we're passionate and we have a love for you. I could be I could be playing Xbox right now. Or working on a deal right now, but I'm investing in you. I'm investing in you because I'm praying that I'm going to be working with you one day on some shape, form, or fashion, and we can do some good business together. So that's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
So how has your week in real estate done? How has things changed between last week and this week?
It's been amazing. As most of you guys know that are on Family and Friends, thank you again so much. This week, I've had the pleasure of learning a lot of new information, dealing with some loan products that are out there. So, yes, absolutely. Education is key. I'm very fortunate enough to have went to a workshop with Invest Atlanta and their home buyer renovation program that they have. It's an awesome program. The information is priceless. They have a program where they give you a certain amount of money towards your closing costs, towards your down payment of a purchase of a home, and that payment is $10,000.
Wow.
$10,000.
Okay.
$10,000. And you can get up to 30, but they will give you $10,000 towards your down payment, closing costs, etc., different things like that when you purchase a home here in Atlanta, within the city limits of Atlanta. So now is the perfect time to buy, and so I'm going to be very excited to be sharing that with some home buyers that I know that the information is going to be very valuable for them. So learning that this week. Training, always learning. I've had a very, very good week in real estate, and we're doing really, really good as far as with our flip and our behind the deal that we're doing. Hey, Bianca, thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited that you guys are joining. Thank you so much. Please share. We really just want to share the knowledge, share the information that we have, so that way we can build up our communities and build up our families. So, yeah.
Okay, and I like that what my wife said. Right now is a perfect time to buy, a great time to buy. And I know you hear that all the time, but I'm going to tell you why. This is behind the deal, okay? This is why it is a great time to buy. Because around this time, you coming into October, November, December. What we got? We got Thanksgiving.
Holidays.
We got
Holiday
Black
time.
Friday, consumerism. We got Black Friday. We have Christmas. So a lot of people are not really focused on buying property. That's even for investors. Investors are, but a lot of people are not really focused on buying properties around this time. Why? Because you got holidays coming up. People are too busy to go look. So if you are a home buyer or an investor, when the traffic for real estate is starting to slow down, that's perfect time for you because you don't have a lot of competition.
Exactly.
Some people may attest to this. When you're looking at a house, right? When you're looking at a house and you got 2 or 3 other people looking at houses, you start bidding on that house and it goes higher and higher and higher and higher, and it drives the price up. So you want to be able to buy a house with less competition because it's more favorable to you. So around these times when people are thinking about turkeys and pumpkin patches,
big screen TVs
and you know, all those stuff, and Christmas and trying to go for the holidays and stuff like that, it's the perfect time for you to start looking for a house. Or putting yourself in a position to look for a house, because again, at the end of the year, a lot of people are not really looking at houses, and that's less competition for you. So you can go in and look at $100,000 house and offer $95,000, $90,000, and then, you know, be willing to get the house down. Because when January comes in, people do those New Year's resolutions. They want to get serious. They got the income tax money. They want to pay their down payments. Then you have a little bit more of competition. So people start competing with you, and so you can't really ask for that 95, 90, because you may get this letter saying, hey, we got another person offering, so give us your highest and your best. And you're like, oh, okay, now I got to offer more money. So the reason why my wife said this is the perfect time to buy, we're not just saying it because you heard it before.
Right.
Literally, this is the perfect time to buy, because it's the holidays and people are not looking for houses. They're looking for TVs and Black Fridays.
And not to mention interest rates.
Thank you.
Of course. Interest rates. That's another reason why it's a great time to buy.
Right.
We don't know what's going to happen after the election. A lot of things are being put on hold right now. Federal Reserve is stalling. They're not, giving us too much information, as far as where the interest rates are going to go. So that's also another reason why it's the right time to buy before interest rates go up, or whatever's going to happen after the election. You can expect it to go up. We don't know. But right now it's 3.5. Okay. So in some programs, all depends on your credit score. But it's still a great interest rate.
Right. And then also taxes. If you buy something this year, you can write off your taxes going into next year. So you get a double whammy. You got your house, then next year you get to file that you got a house. So that's a tax deduction.
Yeah.
My week in real estate, there's something that was dear to me. I had a person call me.
Hey, little brother.
Literally, within 5 minutes, they were in tears. This is why. And I posted about this. They were in tears because before me and my wife came along with Behind the Deal, they had paid so much money for different courses and programs. And I promise you, I was on the phone about 1 hour and 30 minutes with this person. I was on the phone about 1 hour and 30 minutes. And they said they spent so much money on these programs and on these different programs and seminars,
and the courses,
and courses, that they were still at the same spot they were in. They had what I would consider the mindset. They had the attitude. They even called and reached out for help. And so after I talked to them, I said, hey, we're gonna meet up, and then we're gonna also just do a consultation. Of course, I don't charge anything. We're gonna do a consultation. We can see how I can help you get to where you need to go. So my thing is get as much free information as possible. You're doing great. By you coming on here, it's great.
Yes.
YouTube, ebooks.
Yeah.
I have a Kindle Fire. I download free books. I literally, I said this last time, I literally went to a free event. We went to that real estate investors group. Right. We paid $5. I paid $5 because I was not a member of this real estate group. I was not a member. I paid $5, and people always asking where's the money. I did 3 deals from going to this from this meeting. I didn't pay nobody no money. I paid $5. But because it was a network of other real estate minded individuals that were wholesaling, that were flipping, that had houses to sell, people wanted to buy houses.
Other agents.
It was real estate agents. Of course, you would go with First Lady before you go with anybody else, right? Because we're investing in you now, so we know we're going to invest in you. Even if you're in another state, still reach out to us because we do have contacts literally in other states. But I met I met a financing company that did 3 of my deals. I'm working with them now with my flip. You see what I'm saying? So she was going to all these courses, but you want, my thing is, and I know I'm kind of going on, but I'm trying to get my thoughts down. You want to get as much free information till you know what you're buying, till you know what you're buying. Because if you don't know any information, if you don't have any information in this, you would just go out and buy a course for $1,000 and don't know what you're buying. You just know it's expensive. So if it's $1,000, it got to be good.
Right.
But a lot of time, that $1,000 is a lot of stuff that you can go on YouTube.
Your library.
You go to your library and stuff. You get this stuff free. I promise you. You're on here now
and it's
getting this free. You can answer any kind of question you want and it's free. So don't get caught up in that. Do I believe in paying for education information? Yes, absolutely. But when you get to the point that you know what you're paying for, that was my week in real estate.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay. And to lead us into the next thing that we're going to talk about really quickly is mindset. When you said that she had the mindset just from having a conversation with her and having a mindset. And I love this because my husband, I always tell people, and I learned this from my husband because he's so wise. So I always pitch him. But if we were to tell you 10 books to get on real estate, 7 of them will be about your mindset and not real estate. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's about your mindset to get into this market, to get into investing and learning about it and educating yourself. And our biggest passion, what we really stand on as a foundation, is building generational wealth through real estate. It's one of the easiest avenues to build generational wealth. So having that mindset, how important is the mindset? Yeah,
like I say, if I say 10 books, 7 of them is going to be about mindset. Because you're going to face a lot of challenges. Hey, what's going on? And Conroy, he can attest to this. You're going to face a lot of challenges.
Love you, man.
You're going to get a lot of no's. I said, listen. You may get 99 no's, but you just need 1 yes. You just need 1 yes. So you may get 99 no's. I got a lot of no's. I got, a lot of adversity and things that you couldn't do it. So I read a lot of books about mindset. What do I have? I'm looking at my. This is how I know I'm not lying. Excuse me. I'm finna go just grab a book off real quick.
he's grabbing a book.
Grabbing a book real quick. I'm not making this stuff up. And most of my books are upstairs, but I'm trying to grab some real quick.
We have a couple down here. We have a bookcase downstairs, and we also have a bookcase upstairs. So we have a lot of books.
And I got an ebook also, right?
We have a lot of ebooks.
This
they're free.
Is the Rhinoceros Success, and this one's the Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. You notice it says mind. You notice it says Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. So it's a lot on mindset because you're gonna face not having that money. You're gonna face not having the people. You're going to face people that's not even in real estate telling you don't get into real estate. It's not the right time to buy. You're going to face a lot of adversity, right? And if you're looking to, okay, you got a lot of problems with getting into real estate, just wait till you get 1 house, 2 houses, 3 houses, 4 houses, 10 houses, 10 properties. When you get tenants and you get property managers and you got to manage all this and you have a wife and a family. So your mindset, the way you look at things, the way you think about things, that's the first part. If I talk to anybody, I find out their why, the reason and why, and when are they looking to do this. But I have to engage their mindset. I can tell you how to buy a house right now. Save money. Don't live off more than what. Don't spend more than what you made.
Above your means.
Above your means, and they honestly they're giving away houses, okay? But
Giving away.
the mindset is the key thing that you need to focus on. So if I say 10 books, 7 is about mindset and being positive, and quantum physics and affirmations and faith.
Building up your mind.
Build your mind.
Absolutely right. Thank you, Conrad. Guys, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, because you're gonna face adversity.
Yeah. And it's gonna get tough. It's gonna get tough, and you're gonna want to quit almost every single day.
Okay.
You're gonna want to quit almost every single day. So you have to have a tough mindset, a sound mindset, and being diligent about your goal. Staying focused on your goal, staying focused on what it is you want to do in real estate, whether it's home buying, whether it's investing, whatever. You're gonna have to stay focused. Even if whoever else is in your life, whether it's a family member or a significant other, you have to make sure that you maintain your focus even when others, even close to you, may not see the vision.
I'm gonna say this one thing, we're gonna move on. Last year, I bought this house in Birmingham. I bought this 4-unit in Birmingham. It was probably within the worst neighborhoods. And I faced so many challenges. It's one of my best producing properties right now. I faced so many challenges. I had people like, oh, it's in the ghetto. It's in the hood. Why are you going to do this? People are not going to pay this amount of rent. I was facing all of this. So thank God my mindset where it was, where it is when I was going through that challenge, because all the naysayers, I had to first move them out of my way.
All the negativity.
And I had to get people that said, yes, and I will. Yes, and I will, or I'll find a way. Those are people that you want to have around you. Right.
That's
because
good.
When I went through that last year, it was so many people. And I said, hey, I already bought the property now. I bought it. It was too late for you to tell me I couldn't do it.
We're going to make it work.
We had to make it work.
Yeah.
So you're going to face challenges on every level, which you should. You should face challenges on every level, because in the problem, there's the profit. All right. Let's get to what people are here for. Where are we with Behind the Deal?
Woo, yes.
Where are we?
Oh, it's a lot. No, this is for real Behind the Deal. So where we are right now is we have our contractor. We have picked out supplies and materials, and we've picked out a design for the house. And up until this point, next week we're going to actually go back into that property, and we're going to show you the progress on on where it is and everything. So I mean, my husband said this earlier, and I laughed at him. He was like, "Yeah, so up until this point, this is what we got done." And I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like 3 things. I mean, because we're still in the beginning stages. But again, it's all Behind the Deal, and we still want to take you guys step by step. So next week, this is going to be very fun. Next week, we're actually going to go back into the property that we were originally in when we first came on with Behind the Deal. We're going to go back in and show you the updates and all of the things that have been changed. So that's basically where we are, picking out the design, product, materials and different things like that. Right.
So Behind the Deal, my wife said where we are now, we picked out the design. So for someone who may not have that design eye, where would you find out how you would do this?
Well, the first resource, of course, you're not Property Brothers, okay? You're not Christina and Tarek off of HGTV. You're not those people. But if you have that resource available to you, I love HGTV. I mean, that's just when I do watch TV, that's what I watch. But I would say definitely that. Also, there are apps. There are great apps like House. Pinterest is really good. There's different things online that you can just Google. You can say brown master bathrooms, and I mean it will come up with all different types of of designs and just different things like that. Better Homes and Gardens. That's who I'm with, Better Homes and Gardens, and they have a lot of great magazines and websites online and all of those different things that give you tips and home buyer tips and home design tips and different things like that. Okay. Or you can call me.
Call my wife. So also, I'm just gonna piggyback off my wife. As far as finding, when you do find a property and you say, okay, what are we gonna do to this? Because there is, you have a low grade, medium grade, and high grade. That's how you look at different properties, right? Mm-hmm. So low grade, I would say anything from 50 to 100,000. Medium grade is over 100,000, maybe 200,000. Then you have your high grade when you go into $500,000 on up, right? So that's how you kind of gauge it. So you don't want to put, what is the new thing? Quartz quartz. You don't want to go
Don't
put
put
quartz in a medium grade property because you may not get your money back.
Yeah.
So you want to engage your material as low grade, middle grade, and high grade, and then those are your different price points in the property that you're looking at. You can look at what recently sold in that area on a higher end, and you kind of look at that layout. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to have all these people. You can go in literally. I Google. We looking at this fireplace, and we wanted to see how we want to do the fireplace. So we Google Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest is perfect. We Google fireplaces
on Pinterest all the time,
and we just said brick fireplace, and we got so many pictures off Google. I'm very visual, so I go to Google and I did that. So that's as far as getting the design. Now we do have our contractor in place. Behind the deal, how do we find contractors? I think I dealt with that. When you in Home Depot, behind the deal, when you are in Home Depot and you see other contractors, get their cards. Ask them for their Facebook pages and stuff like that. If you're driving down a neighborhood and you see contractors working and they have a sign out, you see them working.
Which is a very good sign because they're working.
They're working. You can actually go in and you can inspect their work. Go in, hey, can I come look? Yeah, go ahead and look. You look and get their card. That's another way you can find one. Referrals. You get in touch with us in the Atlanta area. You get in touch with us.
Birmingham area.
And then, we went on Craigslist for some things. So what are some things to watch out for?
You definitely want to make sure the contractor that you pick is licensed and insured. That
make
is very,
sure
very
they
important.
can pull their own licensing.
Yes.
If you got a big job, if the contractor can say, well, I got somebody I can put my license under, those are red flags. Now, you have to decide if you're going to go with them or not.
Right.
Okay.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. But we just want to educate you, especially with flipping, because what can happen is you may save $1 here, but then if something goes wrong, you can't find them. So if they have a company set up, they have insurance and their license and all this type. They've invested something in their business. If they put all this money in investing in their business, they're not going to run off in the night. And they may, but your chances are better just in getting some kind of Joe Blow. So that's so we talked about the contract. How do we find a contractor? How do you do the design? And if you want more detail, because we can't get everything, right?
Yeah, we don't want to be on here an hour, 2 hours.
Call, text us, and then if you have a specific question, email us. We'll answer that.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to go with was a little bit about financing, because the contract that we chose, they needed a certain percentage down to even get started. So we had to go get the money to pay them to get started.
And every contractor is not like that.
Every contractor
is different, so you just have to go with what works
for you. So when you interview your contractors, ask them how their pay schedule is.
Yeah.
Because if you have a $30,000-$40,000 project, a lot of contractors are not going to do all the work and then wait to get paid on the end. There's a process, man, to give them a little bit here, a little bit in the middle, and a little bit to get ended. Some contractors want cash. Some are not set up for credit debit services, and then some may not take checks. So you want to find out what is your method of payment, how often you get paid, and how is this going to go through. And something that we're going through now with Behind the Deal is go ahead and be proactive. And so you can kind of control how things go.
Absolutely.
Get your own quote sheet or your bid sheet.
Yeah.
What we was dealing with this particular contract, not that he was bad, he gave us a scope of work. And what a scope of work is, it is a kitchen, bathroom, living room, den, and deck. Yeah. It won't tell you what they're doing. They just give you a ballpark figure. And so you don't know where your money is going for real.
Yeah. So have a, like my husband said, have a quote sheet or a bid sheet. That we do have samples. There are also samples online. Just so that way, again, you are in control, and that way you have, the power to say, okay, this is what I expect, and everybody's on one accord. So I think that's very important.
If you don't have a bid sheet, you need one, email us and we'll email you a bid sheet.
Yeah.
It's very detailed and you know what every dollar is going. Then it also helps you when you're doing a walkthrough. You're walking through so you can check things off. So so that's Behind the Deal. When you get your contractors, how to find contractors, how to interview them, especially if they're on work, you can go and inspect their work, what to look out for, and have your own quote bid sheets. That way you know where money is going. Right. You know how much you're paying for material and work. And if you don't have one, email us And hey, always look for licensed
absolutely.
contractor. Make sure they're licensed.
And babe, let me say this really, really quick.
Okay.
A way that you can verify that they're licensed is going online to your Secretary of State. If they are registered and if they are licensed, you can just type in the company name, type in their name, and they will come right up. That's a way that you can verify if your contractor is licensed. If you
look up in the state of Georgia, Good Steward Investments, you will find us.
I think
in Alabama we have I think it's a DBA because somebody else has Good Steward Investments in Alabama, so we had to do business as something else. But if you Google us in the state of Georgia, Good Steward Investments, you will find us.
We are in good standing.
We are in good standing. So we told you about where we are behind the deal. We have a contractor. We get in the materials, and we have a design, and we have already paid him. So we're going to go walk through again, just do one last walkthrough before he actually gets started, and then bring you along with us. As far as that, we gave you some tips on how to find a contractor, how to evaluate your contractor, and if you don't have that design eye, I don't, my wife has a design eye, Google, Pinterest, so many magazines, Zillow, Trulia, anything with properties on, you can go and look for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and look at their layout, and theirs are actually sold. Or if it's pending or whatever, you kind of get an idea how you want to do, how you engage your property as far as materials. You got your low grade, middle grade, high grade. When I talk to my contractor, I say, hey, we just use the middle grade material. He said, yeah, I understand middle grade materials because that is the language that we speak in, right? Low grade, again, I know I'm kind of repeating myself. Low grade is the $50,000 to $100,000 properties, right? Middle grade is over $100,000, maybe $220,000. High grade is $500,000 or more. They're looking for all of the really nice, decorative, very detail-oriented type stuff. And so I know I've talked, my wife talked. So this is why we open up the floor for any questions that you have.
Anything that you guys have to say, feedback, we welcome it. We thank you again for coming on. We really appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions, we have really, really, really good questions last week, and also even after we received a lot of great questions. So we thank you guys so much. So if you have any questions, please comment them, write them so we can see them, and we will definitely answer them to the best of our abilities. If you guys have any questions about real estate investing, home buying, selling, renting.
Okay. I have it was a question a gentleman he brought to me. He said, hey, I had to file for bankruptcy, and he filed for Chapter 7. Chapter 7, you have 2 years before you're able to buy a house again. Because right now in this day and age, a lot of people have gone through credit issues. So if you have credit issues, don't worry about it. Over 70% of the nation has had credit issues. We just came from
don't let that deter
a down cycle, a Great Depression. They name it. So a lot of people credit was hit hard, and a lot of people did bankruptcy. So don't feel bad if you filed bankruptcy with Chapter 7. And if you have filed Chapter 11, Chapter 13, text us, call us, or text us, call us, and email us.
Thank you so much. That is so sweet.
Email us, and we will answer your question. But Chapter 7, because I'm dealing with right now with somebody with Chapter 7, it's 2 years. 2 years, 2 years from discharge. So it's not as long as you think. Within the meantime, you still want to start working on your credit, saving your money, stuff like that, educating yourself. So, but a Chapter 7 is only 2 years. So I've answered that question. One other question I got, my wife got, was, the question was, they were looking at buying a house within a year. When should they start getting ready?
Now.
When?
Now.
Why not a year from now?
Now. Start now. Even if you're thinking about, buying a home, purchasing a home, start now. The average time that a home buyer starts looking for a house is between 9 months to a year. So if you're thinking about buying in a year, the process to start looking is now. Right. So you want to prepare yourself and position yourself to buy the house and get any type of savings into place, a plan, looking at the type of homes that you want, especially if you have a spouse. Your wish list may be different. There's so many different reasons. What are a couple other different reasons?
Well, if you want to look for a house in a year, and you may say, hey, my credit's straight, this straight, all this, and this is the type of house we can afford, you won't know until you talk to a loan officer. So I always tell people,
Yeah.
even if you're looking at buying a house within a year or two,
That's a good point.
go and see where you are today.
Yeah.
And if the person said, hey, you got this on, right? You got this on, you got to get this knocked out first. Now, what will happen if you say, I want to go look for a house in a year, and you do nothing now, and then a year starts?
Yeah.
Now you're on looking for a house,
Mm-hmm.
but it may take you 6 more months to clear this off. So make sure you're in good standings. Even if you want to buy a house 2 years from now, make sure you know where you are as far as qualifying for a house.
Right.
And so if you go to your bank and they say, hey, everything is good, stay on this course, don't add, this is how much house you can afford right now with your income. But if you go buy that television on credit, or if you go buy that new 2017 Mercedes-Benz, your house is going from here to here. So this is information you need to know. Don't start at that year mark. So, okay, then, 1 year's passed by.
I'm ready to start.
Our lease is up in 2 months. Let's go. And I get it all the time. Yeah. Hey, my lease up next month. I want to go buy a house.
Right.
I was like, okay, then.
It takes at least 30 days, but average time to purchase a home is 3 months.
Right. From you going to the loan officer to the time that you're looking for the house, to the time you get your keys.
Closing.
So I would always say, if you're looking at buying a house a year, 2 years from now, start today just to see where you are. I ain't saying go and look for a house. I'm sorry, my wife kept hitting the thing earlier. I'm not saying go and look for a house today. Actually go look at houses. I'm saying know where you are to qualify. Financial wise.
Look at your finances.
For a house.
Talk about it with your spouse.
Or where you need to be. Somebody may say, you may say, I want to go buy this $130,000 house. And then they may say, hey, you got this car on you, or you may have this other debt that's on you. If you want to pay for this house for $100,000, you may need to pay this off. So it gives you a year,
for you to work on it.
To work on it to pay it off. So
Amber.
let's pay it off first. So don't wait until a year go by. Now you're looking to buy a house, and then your lease is up in 3 months.
Right.
We want to start now.
Right.
All right. So I think that as much as we can get, unless somebody have a question. I think
if you guys have any questions, buying, selling, renting, investing, we'll stay on for a couple more minutes. Again, you can email us at gstewartinvest. You can email us at Gmail. And you can also call or text us 742-9093. And we got this so that way we can communicate with you guys. Right. And we really, really value that because we want to educate you guys. So don't be intimidated. Don't be scared. You guys can definitely call or text us 770-742-9093 or email us your question or scenario or deal, whatever, if you're in the process of looking at something, you can email us gstewartinvest@gmail.com. Right.
Okay. I got another question here is and this question I asked last week, did you get your financing under your name or under your business name? I got it under my business name. My business is set up, and I was able to get it under my business. I didn't get
better businesses. Hey, Jenny.
I didn't get it under my personal name. I got it under my business name. And it's good to start getting things under your business name because that's less debt on your personal name.
Is that just for real estate?
No, that's any business. That's any business that you get in. Make sure that your business is set up where you can get funding for your business, and it's not reflected off your personal credit, or it's not reflected off you per se.
So if you have a business, you get it under your business name and not your name. Is that what you're saying?
That is right. And if you own rental property under your personal name, shame on you. If you own
should be under your
real estate under your personal name, shame on you. Protect yourself. Protect your assets.
Absolutely.
So, Absolutely. Anything else? Anybody with any questions? Anybody? We're gonna give one more minute. And so, is there anything that you want to say, First Lady of Real Estate?
I love you.
Atlanta area. I love you too.
You trying to pitch me? I do work. I do get that asked. Agents get that question all the time. What area do you work in? I work in all areas. So I do. We are in Atlanta for you guys if you're viewing from Detroit or from somewhere else. We are in Atlanta if you're viewing from other states, but we are in Atlanta. So if you are thinking about home buying or investing, Power Couple right here. Right here. We know the latest loan products. We will get you guys set up and on your way.
Okay, two things, and then I promise we're gonna be done. Since we said we got 1 more minute, if you can answer this in less
It's
than a
like
minute.
football minutes.
Okay, you can answer. If you can answer this, and we got 1 minute and less than. This is for our home buyers, and then this is for our investors too. To find them a house, do they have to pay for you to find a house?
No.
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 What? No.
No.
So if you are a home buyer,
Myth number 1: home buyer.
if you're a home buyer and you're looking to buy a house, you shouldn't be looking at. You can look at Zillow or you can drive by.
But they're not updated.
Hire you a real estate agent. Why should the buyer hire a real estate agent?
You should hire the First Lady of Real Estate, Tabitha Caver, as your realtor because I will give you the utmost service and I have the latest information and updated listings that you do not have access to. Zillow and Trulia and all of the websites that you're going to online, they update every so often. The access that I have through the agent FMLS and Georgia MLS is constant, every 15 minutes or something like that. But you all don't have certain information that we are able to have access to. So
we are. I'm answering the question. I hate to cut you off. We primary in Birmingham and Atlanta, Alabama and Georgia, but we have networks in all 50 states. So a question was asked: do we only do it in what area we in? We're all over. Mm-hmm. We're all over. We represent you, so we're all over.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, baby.
Well, he wanted to address the question that was asked on Periscope. So thank you, babe. Thank you so much because I didn't even see it. I missed it. So that's why it's always good to have two.
Right. You got two people working for you.
Yeah. And you know what? Thank you, baby. That's another thing.
What's that?
You have two people working for you. So when you get me as your realtor, guess who you get? This guru right here. This real estate guru. Well, not that looking face. But, you get him right here. So you get the both of us. You really do get the both of us. When you get one, you get the other. And it's always going to be like that. So even if I miss something, he has my back. Right. So, I mean, it's a 2-for-1.
Okay. People and then another reason why you want as a home buyer.
Yeah, we're talking to the home buyers for a few minutes. We're just going to address you guys.
Even as a real estate, even as an investor, right? The reason why you want you a real estate agent.
Hey, Connie.
To represent you because the real estate agent that represents the buyer represents the buyer. Mm-hmm. Because if you go out, real quick, if you go out, you see a for sale sign, and you call a real estate agent, hey, how much this house is, and they may say $100,000.
Yeah. You want me to show you? And
they're working for the seller.
Not you. They're not working for you, people. They're not working for you. That's not your agent. Nah.
Right. So if I'm selling my house and I tell my agent, listen, I want to sell my house for $100,000. You understand? Mm-hmm. Right. She's going to do everything in her power to sell my house or my property for $100,000.
Or more.
If you call and say, hey, I see this beautiful house over in Buckhead, whatever, she's gonna look out for my interest.
Not you, the buyer.
Not your interest. She's gonna look out for my interest because we got a contract and I say, hey, this is what I want to sell my house for. Now hopefully he or she's gonna do ethical business. I'm not saying anything, but they're representing the Seller
is my client. If the person that is selling their home, that is my client. The agent you're calling as a buyer, you're not my client. You are a customer.
Right.
So there's certain duties that I owe to you as a customer, as a realtor, but to my client, the seller, that's where my fiduciary duty goes to. It goes to them. So I want to look out for his best interest and
the seller.
Yours too, but so the client.
So when you get your own buyer's agent represent you, you don't have to pay them until the house is sold, until they buy a house. Mm-hmm. The seller pays them, and two, they look out for your interest. They look out and say, hey, even though this house is listed for $100,000, houses in the area is only selling for $95,000, so we probably can talk them down to $95,000. And because we're buying a house within October, November, December, we don't have a lot of people buying a house, so we probably can talk them down even more.
And have the seller put something towards closing costs. You always want the seller to pay more.
And then and so even the buyer's agent will say, hey, we can try to get the seller to pay some towards the closing costs. Mm-hmm. They're looking out more for your interest. So you want to, even as investors, you want to get a buyer's agent. You want to get my wife as your buyer's agent, right? We're investing in you. You want to get my wife as a buyer's agent.
You don't pay me. You don't pay me.
And she look out for you, so you get a 2-for-1.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Is it 2 for 1? You don't pair?
Yeah.
No, it's a two for O. You're not. She's looking out for your best interest, and you don't pair, right? Okay, that was one. I know. I know there's more in a minute. And then another thing.
That was whatever.
Okay, and another thing is, a lot of people say, "Why should I go get a pre-approved letter?" That's part of. Now in today's time, I'm an investor. I sell houses. You will not buy a house from me unless you get a pre-approved letter. I'm gonna tell you everything else what I'm gonna have buyers do. Get approved with my lender.
Yeah.
Because a part of the contract, when you see this house that you want to go and buy, and you're saying, go put a contract on it. If you have a real estate agent that's working for you without a pre-approved letter, a lot of times those houses are part of the offer that you want to buy, submit a pre-approved letter.
Right. Yeah.
So
because it's going to be a contingency in there.
You want to have your pre-approved letter. You want to get pre-approved. So
yeah,
those are two things.
And we're gonna definitely dive in. Like my husband said, we can't reach. I mean, we can't even get to it all, and we want to so bad. But we'll be in here, forever. So we definitely are going to be doing some strictly home buyer type of videos where we can educate them and investors, and so whatever you guys want from us, we're willing to give it. So give us your feedback, leave your comments. We'll go back over them. We review them and we read them and go all over them and see what you guys need from us, because we're here for you guys.
Okay, so we're gonna get ready and go. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have our number.
You for taking out the time.
Email.
Thank you guys.
You have everything that you need to get in touch with us. We're working for you. We're passionate for you. We want to see homeowners. We want to see investors. We want to see growth, generational wealth.
Absolutely.
Good steward investment where we just don't invest in real estate, but we invest in you. We invest in your success. We want to work with you. So if we talk to you now, we know we're dealing with good people.
I like that. Let's get it.
Okay. We're out. Thank you
guys. Thank you so much. Thanks Periscope. Thanks Facebook.